All right, guys, it's time for another review. We've got throwbacks here on Thursday. 5 new guys have entered Ultimate Team. Here they are. And then 5 guys have left. So real quick, the dudes that have left, this Burftict was a throwback. A nice, strong, edge-setting defender. So if you want him, his price is probably going to only go up from here because there'll be less and less in the ecosystem. This Kyle Fuller is a very good zone corner for the cost. 95 zone, 93 speed, decent height. A nice player. The Arian Foster, never been a fan of the Foster, so that's okay there. This Bucannon, now there's a couple Bucannons. There's an out-of-position Bucannon. This is his throwback strong safety. He's now out of Ultimate Team with only 84 zone. Even though he has 97 hit power, you just couldn't really ever use him per se. And then lastly, Sproles. Now this guy has some of the best route running, some of the best agility, but at only 88 speed, he never really made it onto a lot of rosters. So those are the 5 guys that leave. Now, 5 new guys come in. DeMarco Murray is the first guy. He has 94 speed, 93 agility, 95 excel. Now, Murray's a guy that didn't really have a great year, obviously, so throwing back to last year when he was a beast in Ultimate Team, he had a really good 24-hour Football Outsiders item. Now you've got a Murray out here, but the Murray has 98 elusive and 97 truck. I actually like this better than the opposite, which would be 98, 97. Now my reasoning for this is I don't think you can trigger an elusive with a move. I think the game just automatically breaks a tackle with elusive. That's my opinion. Whereas a truck, you can flick the right stick and potentially get a nice hit stick. So with the Murray, you also get high route running plus 83 strength. So 83 strength, 97 truck is good for a trucking back with those things. He's not great for an elusive back because you can get better speed and stuff, but it's going to automatically break some tackles for you if my thinking's right. Plus, he's got 83 route running, which is right in the middle. That's as good as the Barry Sanders. So this Murray is actually pretty well rounded. I still think the David Johnson is up there and probably a little bit better. Sometimes I don't like guys that aren't split truck and elusive, but in this case I think it might be okay. I wouldn't pay top coin for him, but I think if he settles around 150, he might be a guy that's worth testing out. I'm going to pass. 90 carry, can't have it. 94 speed is just not going to get done at this point, but I could see how some people would like this item. Next up, Posluszny. This guy is a guy I would usually think of negatively because he's just never been that fast. But if we look at this Posluszny, he's got 88 strength with his 88 speed and 88 block shit. That means he can be a run-down defender, similar to a Ray Lewis, although not as fast. But he does have 96 excel, going to play pretty fast. 98 play rec means he's going to, make moves in the middle of the field and you're not going to have to use him. He's got 85 zone, so he can actually play some zone, whereas the Ray Lewis is down in the 70s for zone coverage, and he can't play really on third down, even though he's much, much faster. So I would look to treat this Posluszny like a Luke Kuechly, but who's stronger and going to play in the middle. If you need a 3-down linebacker in a hook zone, that's going to hopefully make some plays for you. He's just on the brink of speed, but I would test him and see if he can make plays. I think it's going to keep his price a little bit lower, which makes him affordable. He's not a pass rusher in any way, so don't try and rush him, but I actually do like this item. He makes plays. That's what I hear. Brandon Boykin gets a 99-man coverage item, and now they're handing out 99-man coverage left and right, and he starts at 300K. So now you've got the Gilmore with 99-man, you've got the Revis, and you have the host of top-rated guys, the Dion, the DRC, the Chris Harris, but, with Boykin available and Gilmore, you've got really cheap options for 99-man coverage. 86 press is pretty good. He's up at the 90 play rec we'd like to see. He can still play zone, which is good. It's not like they put him at 82 and made him a specialty player. He's an every-down player with 95 speed. I think he's better than the Revis. Only 43 spec, but that's a nice to have when you're only paying this much. Brandon Boykin really surprised me when I saw that 99 man today, but I play man, and that's a guy I would like on the squad. I think the Chris Harris is a little better. but I'd slot him right above the Revis, below, about even with the Gilmore, depending on cost, and below the Chris Harris. DeAndre Levy, I got to pass on this guy. I know he makes plays as an elite kind of base user item, but with 77 strength and 84 block shed, the Posluszny's way, way better. And they're the same speed. Posluszny has more excel. But Faros, Levy has great zone coverage. False. Posluszny has 7 better zone coverage. The only thing he really does better is 90 finesse move, which that means you got to rush him, and 90 finesse move makes no sense to rush from middle linebacker, and you would just sub outside linebacker in there who has 97 and 99 finesse move super easy. So the Levy doesn't really make sense to me at this point, so I would pass. And then finally, T.Y. Hilton. Now, T.Y., 94 speed at this point in the game. I feel like with all the Brandon Cooks that just came out and are available, and the John Browns out there, you could get that speed that Hilton gave to you last year. But, I mean, he does have 99 route running, which is as good as it's going to get. This is your corner route guy. This is your flashback to Sean Jackson from earlier in the year, but now, because of the route running. He's never going to be strong, but he's going to run those routes. 97 catch in traffic with 98 spec is one of the highest combinations in the game for downfield one-on-one catching, which you don't think of Hilton for, but I guarantee you get him on a corner, he's going to get that side catch animation where the defender hits him here and he ends up hanging on. He's not the tallest, so you can't just rely on one-on-one catches like you can with Odell. Like you don't want to do with Odell, but you can't, but they will make plays. Now, 87 release is going to be his main hindrance, but I think that's going to keep his price there. Put him on routes, drags, where he's not going to get... See, I would get a faster guy for drags. You got to get him off the press, though, and then use that route running. So you got to use those cuts in a position where you're going to playmaker him. But not only on drags, because he's just not... You can get a faster guy for just drags, because drags, I don't believe, use route running to factor them in. So you want corner routes and hope he's going to make, get over there for you. Now, people are saying he doesn't make sideline catches for his trait, but you can override that. If you hold A, you will override doesn't make sideline catches. He won't naturally do it on his own, CPU, but you can override that, I think, with how you use the traits. So this T.Y. Hilton last year was a beast. I like him for the right price. I think there's a lot of receivers out there, though, and you could get a faster guy for drags. This is just strictly a route running receiver, which was at a premium early, but now there are some good options. But I see him being pretty serious. So we got to see what they come up with tomorrow and they come up with this weekend. I'm excited to see what they'll have in store for us. Maybe there will be flashbacks. We don't know for sure, but generally that's been the pattern that they've followed. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember, you can follow on twitch.tv/Madden Tips, so when we're live you can watch, or you can go to youtube.com/zfarles. Right now I'm going to load into the game for the Twitch crowd, and if you're watching on YouTube, if you're only going to see the game if there's some highlights. So if I make up some more big plays for the channel. All right, guys, until next time on YouTube, lock up. For the Twitch crowd, we're going to play one game. We're going to play one game.